He was once around the way.
Hello and welcome back to More Productions, More Talk. This is going to be hilarious because we have probably the most nervous person ever on the podcast ever.
I'm so nervous right now. This is amazing.
This is Cooper Schonhagen. I'm very grateful for him coming on the podcast today because I think it was a little bit late notice and I was like,
no.
And then we worked around it, but it's incredible.
I've meant to be on the podcast for a couple of weeks now by this point, and
yeah, I think I tried to get you on my second podcast,
the
and
second
then
ever one, and then it just kept getting pushed back.
it's all right. We got you now. That's
In
what
the end,
matters.
finally got me here.
Now, why are you nervous?
I'm mainly nervous because I watched the TikToks. I've seen the reaction to some of the TikToks, and yeah, they're not very positive, are they?
No, because the TikTok community is very how do I say it? They hide behind their digital devices and ready to throw out comments. You know what? I'll take the smoke. No, I won't include that on my TikTok. Anyway, Cooper Schonhagen's joining on the podcast today, and I've known him for quite a while.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you could argue kindergarten, but
Yeah, you can argue that, but like I think when was our peak like Cooper Schonhagen and Cooper Moore?
like at the start of our friendship probably started in like year 4 or 5-ish,
Yeah.
I'd say. And then I think the peak was around maybe like year 9, year 10. I'd say that was when we were playing a lot of like NBA 2K. We'd play a lot of Xbox with each other.
Don't worry, we're gonna get into that because
excellent.
I was talking to my brother,
Yeah.
and he reminisced on a moment because I said, "Hey, I've got Cooper Schonhagen on the podcast." He goes, "Oh, I remember that time where we versed him in soccer, but then we switched who was playing, but we didn't tell him."
Yeah.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
remember
Okay,
that.
so firstly, we're gonna go into this topic right now. Okay.
Yep.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Ooh.
Straight off the bat.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. All right. I've got like two. I've got like the fever dream, like, you know, pipe dream, what you like.
Aspire,
Yeah,
like
aspire
the
to be-
absolute goal.
Exactly. But then also the thing that's like, but realistically, so the pipe dream would probably be like an actor or something. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I think that'd just be, you know, life would be complete at that point. You know, that's a pretty cool job to do. But I think what I'm looking for now is being like a psychologist. I don't know. I like kind of like what you do now, where you just ask people like questions and you
Yeah.
like to get into their mind and like, you know, get an answer out of them.
100%.
Yeah, that's really interesting to me, is like figuring out how people's like minds work and like why they think the way that they do.
I never knew that aspect of you.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why I got like early offers for uni, and people were like,
What?
What
What
Really?
happened?
And like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's just really interesting, and it's something I could see myself doing. And yeah, if the acting thing doesn't work out, then
Okay, well, if anyone was to listen to my podcast, you would know that I'm not a fan of the realistic goal.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
always a fan of the pipe.
yeah,
the pipe.
you like to hear about what people really want.
Like, you need it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Robert's becoming a rock star. You're becoming an actor. Now let's see.
Maybe.
What does that look like when you go? I'm done. I'm ready. Like, you could retire on the spot right then.
Yep.
What does that look like to you?
I think just like being in like a movie or like something that it isn't a thing where it's like, oh, you tell your family and your friends to watch it. They just go and watch the movie, and then they're like, oh my God, he's in this.
Our son
Yeah,
isn't.
that's my son. Like, I don't even care if I'm like the lead actor or like even a support. I could be some random bloke that just comes on screen for 5 seconds, but that's still so cool to me. And that's more than enough. I would take that.
Yeah?
Yeah, that'd be dope. Or like even just like voicing like a character in a video game or something, that'd be pretty cool. But
Now, let's talk about what started your acting journey, because I used to do drama through year 9 and 10.
yes.
And then we can branch names, we graduate. Mr. Whitworth basically recruited Schonny a bit, kind
Yeah.
of manipulated you into it.
He did,
And
yeah.
then that's when I figured out you're going to become an actor. So do you want to talk to us about what happened there, what started you to become an actor?
Yeah, of course. When I was younger, when I started like growing up, my parents always said to me like, "Oh, you like the spotlight, you like attention, right?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, thanks." And then, and as I got older, I went to year 7, and in year 7, I did drama at Oak Hill.
Yeah.
You know, shout out the Oak Hill days.
Shout out to Oak Hill days. I remember that. Oh, God.
And I got like straight A's in all drama. I got like full marks in every assessment we did. Like, I loved it. It was great. And then I went back to school in St. Mark's in year 8.
Yeah.
Is it cool if I name drop that? That's all right.
Of course
Yeah,
it
that's-
is. We
okay,
graduate.
cool.
We're done.
Yeah. And year 8 and 9 and 10, I kind of just like forgot about it. I just like let go of it. I was I didn't have much confidence, even if I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Like, even if I had that passion, I didn't have the confidence like anymore. I lost it at the end of year 7. just because, you know, it's like a new environment, you know,
100%.
it's a very nerve-wracking thing. And then Mr. Whitworth, I mean, I don't know where it came from, but he just came up to me once, me and Hayden actually, in English, and he tried to get us to do this the Wizard of Oz musical. He tried to get us
I
to
remember
sign-
that. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he tried to get us to sign up for that, and I was like, why is this dude asking us? And he literally was like, I've seen you guys around class. You guys are like such shitheads, but you have like a lot of energy, and I think I see something in you guys. Like, I think you guys could do it. And from then on, I like auditioned for the musical, got the lead role of Oz, which was crazy. I did not deserve it whatsoever. Especially considering I got it over people that were in his drama class. Like, I did not deserve that. I did not. It caused a lot of issues. I did not deserve that role. And then, and then he just really pushed for me to join the drama class, and then I did. And I think year 11 was the peak of when I really wanted to be an actor. I think
100%.
having everyone around me doing drama in year 11, having him as like kind of like a mentor in a way. Really like pushed me forward. And then once he left, kind of decreased a bit. I'd say like my passion for it was like, it's not as much there anymore, because drama kind of, no offense, it kind of turned into a bit of a bludge. Like, you know,
No,
like
I 100% agree. Be honest.
Instead of actually doing stuff, we didn't really do anything at all.
I think let's think about this. Like, you could say that your aspirations of becoming a actor might have stayed the same, might have declined a bit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't your ability to act. It was your fear of what would happen if you did do your ability and did try and did that.
Yeah.
And because you didn't have that push from the person, because Mr. Whitworth was great at just forcing you.
Exactly. He loved to do that. Yeah. And
you need that. But when we couldn't get that, it's like, oh, well.
Yeah, like he's the push that got me into doing like the acting. He's the reason I got that scholarship thing from the WAPA.
We're going to talk about that, but keep going.
Cool. And he pushed me to do that. So when he was gone, I didn't really have that person who was really pushing for me to, he was telling me, you should go out and audition, go for TV commercials, small minor roles in Australian TV shows, all that sort of thing. And once he was gone, I kind of just like faded away from like putting in that effort, because I was so
100%.
worried, like, a lot of people that go for acting and like try and become an actor don't become an actor, and they end up, just doing like small little jobs on the side to make money. That's not how I want to live my life,
Of course.
So I arguably am going for the safe option right now, going to university and doing that. But maybe in the future, Hugh Jackman didn't become an actor till he was like in his 30s as a teacher. So like, it can happen.
Anything could happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, let's talk about your scholarship thing.
Yes.
So I want to talk about you going to uni.
Yep.
And possibly you going to acting school, if that's a thing.
Yeah.
But talk to me about that.
Yeah, so I got into university. I got a couple early offers. Like today, I literally got one from UTS.
Yeah, you got the UTS
for criminology, and then I have some from like Macquarie, Western Sydney, all that sort of thing, just all for psychology. And yeah, it's really helpful because obviously you can go into the HSC, not have to stress too much. You know you've got that that offer there. But there was also the other side of me that was like, do I want to go to university, or do I want to go to like an acting school? And I had, again, Mr. Whitworth, he was pushing. He was like, you should like try and get into NIDA. And I was like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know about that, man. And then he was like, oh, it's a lot of work. Like, it's like you have to go to class like 6 days a week, and you're there from like 8 in the morning till like 5 in the afternoon. Like, it was like full working days. Like you have a 9 to 5 job sort of thing. Yeah. And I was like, that sounds like hell to me. I don't want to do that.
100%.
And then he put in this like video submission thing for me into the WAPA, Western Australia Performing Arts, which is surprisingly where Hugh Jackman went. Yeah. And they got back to him and they were like, hey, like, we're willing to offer this dude a scholarship if he wants it at the end of year 12. Like, that's, yeah. I didn't take it because obviously it's in Western Australia and we live in Sydney. Like, that's a whole, that's a whole crazy change. And then also I just never really followed up on it because, again, he left. So it's been a year since I've properly like followed up on that. But that's there if I wanted to do it, or maybe it's not there anymore. I don't know. But it was definitely a very tough like decision because I was like, oh man, like 3 years away and
I can believe, don't worry.
Perth, without anyone in my family, friends, 100%. Don't have a job, all of that sort of thing, so it's a whole new thing. I was like, that's so much commitment. I don't think I can do that. Yeah. Obviously, if I really, really had that drive to be an actor, I'd do it.
100%.
They'd throw anything away, like, all the soccer players and all the, the basketball players that, throw everything away just to chase the stream. And then when they make it, it's great. But yeah, I just don't think that's.
Well, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you didn't know, like, obviously from listening, Schonny is an amazing actor.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
It's very good, right?
I thank you.
Now, talk to me about your experience in your HSC.
Yes.
Let's go performance. Because I think because we've finished high school and finished that, I kind of want to reminisce on that. So experiences in HSC drama.
Oh, man. Just a lot of doing like bludging and then realizing, oh my God, we've bludged so much. We're so behind.
Yeah.
And our group performance is due in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We've probably got about 2 minutes of the 12 minutes that maximum that you need.
Yeah.
And we're like, man, we are so stuffed right now. We ended up trying to like smash out the entire group performance for the HSC in like the last 4 days before it was due.
Yeah.
So that's script, like making like the ideas. Like we had the ideas, the foundation, but making the scenes, scripting them, practicing it over and over, learning your lines, learning all your your actions and everything. We did that in 4 days. Like it was bad.
Yeah.
And in the end, we were pretty happy. Like we had a lot of help. Like we really tried to get as much help as possible because we were really stressed out and it was not good. Like we were having, we were having a lot of arguments and stuff between our group.
I think every group had that amount of tension.
Oh, definitely.
Because it's if you didn't get the push, it's about personal drive.
Exactly.
But then it's not about individual personal drive as much. It's about group. It's like,
if there's one person, they're not pulling their weight and you don't say anything, they're not going to pull their weight. And then at that point, just, you can't do it.
And you're the bad guy for trying to push the group.
Exactly. Like if you tell them, oh, hey, can you maybe do something?
100%.
Apparently you're now the villain. Now in my group drama, I actually was pretty passive and I stayed back. It was mainly I'm not trying to, no.
Schonny's calling out.
No, I'm not calling out anyone. I hope they don't watch this. They probably will.
They will, but it's okay.
It's okay because I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
They were the ones that had the arguments with one another, and I was there kind of not even a mediator. I just sat there and watched, and then they would ask me for my opinion, and I'd be like, oh, no. And then they'd be like, no, you have to answer. And I'm like, you are both right. And that's all I had to say.
Now, let's take a little bit of a left turn for this one, okay?
Okay.
Actually, no, I think the quote's right turn, but all right.
Yeah.
You've graduated now.
Correct.
And this podcast is sponsored by Pepsi.
Pepsi Max.
Pepsi Max. Anyway.
Sugar, all flavor. Sorry. Okay, keep going.
What are a couple of your favorite moments about your last couple days in high school?
Wow. Okay. Jeez, that's really
what is something that you reminisce like when someone says, "Oh, you're graduating?" Like, yes. And what's the couple of light bulbs that could pop up?
It was so bittersweet. The last I'd say week of school. We had the muck-up day where everyone wore the opposite gender.
That
clothes,
was fun.
The old sport uniform, all that sort of stuff. And then just being in class and either having a party or just knowing, hey, this is the last time I'm going to be sitting in this chair next to this person that I've sat with for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And then just the last day coming into school before graduation, walking through the gates and going I'm never going to do this again. I'm never going to properly do this again. And it was just great. We had that slip and slide. That was a lot of fun.
That was...
it was deadly, but it was fun.
I gotta say that was one of the best things ever, and that's because I didn't give myself a lot of fun during because I just did random stuff.
Yeah,
but that was fun because we knew that we only had 3 days left.
We did, yeah.
And I walked up there and I was like, I've got no clothes for it. I've got no ability. I didn't know it was on. There's so many people, and then I'm like, but when am I going to do this ever again?
It's the last chance. I did it in my school uniform 2 days before graduation, wearing the pants I was meant to wear.
I wore the exact same thing. The shirt, I luckily had another one, but the pants, I was like, I can't rip these.
Yeah.
I could possibly wash them, but I can't
Yeah, mine were covered in mud. I had to wash them pretty bad. But
oh God. Now, I think what made it good was that feeling of going, but if I don't do it, I'm going to regret it.
Exactly. Like looking back and going, hey, there were so many people there that altogether collectively, there were groups of people that just wouldn't really talk to each other outside of being there.
100%.
So you're like, man, do I really want to miss out on this opportunity to like be a part of this group doing this really dumb thing? Like it was stupid.
It was stupid. We were aiming at a pole. There was bindies on either side.
It was deadly.
There was rips, and everyone. It was
people copped some pretty bad injuries. You know,
someone severed their not severed their finger, but
split their finger in half.
Split their finger.
Just like all the scratches and the grazes up your shoulders, like your back, your
and
forearms.
Then whoever's idea was to say everybody go at the same time with no mediation of weight or anything.
So you just like. You'd slide down, you'd hit the bottom, you're like, oh, all right, that was sick. And then you turn around, there's someone else just coming full speed at you. Oh, it was fantastic. But, definitely very disorganized. But that's half the fun, isn't it, really?
It 100% is. Now, let's go final assembly, actually, because I think we talked about this, another podcast, someone.
Maybe.
You were asked to step in as one of the actual main roles of final assembly seconds before,
literally, we had about an hour and a half. We were told the morning of, before we left for school, hey, there's a chance you might be doing this. Can you bring a suit just in case?
Yeah.
And we were like, me and my friend Jade, and we were like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, we didn't really understand the context, but we were like, cool, yeah, we'll bring a suit just in case. Yep. We get there, and Hayden, the other guy that was, help setting up the assembly was like, oh, no, we actually don't need you. Like, we're good. Like,
really?
Yeah, the hosts have decided. The original host backed out because they were too worried, about how everyone was going to see them, like the rest of the grades. They were
scared.
They were very self-conscious about what everyone else was going to say.
Yeah.
And then we got there and Hayden's like, no, they're good again. They're all good. And we're like, oh, are you kidding? Like,
we bring our suits for no reason.
Exactly. We brought these suits, man, like we were mentally preparing and you've just told us no. And then we go and ask the original host and they're like, no, we're not doing it. So then it was just back and forth. We were like, are we doing it or not? We found out we actually are doing it. We got the scripts. God, whoever wrote the script it wasn't. Did you?
I didn't touch it.
Okay, I was going to say, because the script, it was not very good. But
there was a couple good puns, but they were very cringy.
Yeah, it was very tough to say with a straight face is the way to put it. But no, yeah, we were up there and it was very hard to do with such short notice, and we wish we had more time because we wanted to improvise some jokes. We wanted to make our own jokes.
Because their Schonny and Jaden's whole host and concept was to interview the teacher impersonations, and then we also had student impersonations. But then the one thing that you and Jaden asked me is like, oh, the script says interact with the audience.
Yeah, with the crowd.
Do you have any questions? I'm like, wait, what do you have to do? And you're like, oh, we have to talk to the audience. Should we say some jokes? I'm like, oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
And I watched the footage because we got the whole assembly recorded. And I was like, oh my God. Some of these, I think so. You asked, what's your favorite type of cheese?
Oh my God, the favorite type of cheese. And the guy goes back, a low-fat mozzarella. in the voice as well. He didn't just say it regular. He's like, a low-fat mozzarella that you can put on any meal is very good for your diet. And I was like, that is so, I was asking such a dumb question.
And then they go...
And he gave such a genuine, real answer, with such thought behind it. And I was like, on the spot, how did you answer that? And and then Jaden goes up to some other random kid and goes, oh, what came first, the chicken or the egg? And the guy's like, the chicken? And it's it was so, it's so stupid.
Now, yearbook quote.
Yearbook quote.
Lay it on me right now. I had it written down and I want to kick to it straight away.
Oh, you don't know my yearbook quote?
No, I have no idea.
Okay. So we're getting into some treacherous territory.
That's all right. If it's so bad, I'll take it out. But
it's not so bad. It's just
okay.
Originally, my first one was.
Oh wait, I remember your yearbook quote now.
No, wait.
Okay.
Wait. So originally, it was actually genuine. It was a very. Oh no, my first one originally was the roof is not my son, but I'm still gonna raise it. And now I had that submitted and I was like, that's cool, whatever. Then I eventually decided to change my mind and I went, I want to go for something a bit more sad. So I went for the Office one, which is the one that I think Sophia put in her speech. Yeah. And which was Andy Bernard saying, how do you know you're in the good old days before you've finally left them or actually left them, whatever. Then I get told, oh no, that's too long. Okay, whatever, great. So then I was like, oh, mates, ask my mates. I'm like, yo, I need a yearbook quote. I need one in a couple days. Lay it on me. And I get told, how about proud to be white. And I was like,
Whoa.
and I was like, ooh, I don't know about that one. And I brought it up to the yearbook committee, and they were like, no way, no. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks, all good. So then you brought up in class, actually in drama, you brought up the one that you and Zach were going to do, the bubbles one.
Yeah.
And that's what we finalized on.
Really?
Yeah, me and Kai. So Kai's one is towards the start of the book and says, hi, my name, my favorite thing to do in my pastime is to blow bubbles. And then my one says something about like something about my name being Bubbles. So then,
God, I'm glad. Okay,
and that got through. They approved that. So
they approved that.
They did.
It was a little bit weird because some of the approving, like some were like they were horrible.
Yeah.
And then they didn't get approved. There was some were like a little bit smarter, but still very, very horrible.
Yeah.
But they were like, yep, sick.
Yeah, they were cool with it. It's like if it was like right in your face, like if like the joke was right there, they wouldn't let it through. But then like if you like, if you like, if you got through it, like if you kind of like got it in like a little bit of a sneaky way, all of a sudden they just like they stopped caring.
It's magic.
It was weird. So there were people that so many people got theirs rejected. Mainly my friends, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've heard some of them. We're not going to say on the podcast.
We're not going to say them on the podcast, but they were quite funny. They were just not good for a school yearbook. But no, the yearbook situation itself, the quotes, it was very, very difficult. It's hard to pick a quote. It's hard. Like, it's something that everyone's going to read. It's going to be there. You can't change it. 100%. So you want to pick one that people like. And that's what I tried to do. And then they kept knocking them back. And I was like, okay, stuff it. Like, I'll just do something stupid. Then I give up. Now,
audience, you might be wondering why we're both coincidentally wearing basketball jerseys. Or maybe you wouldn't be thinking that because it can be very common that just two people in summer wear basketball jerseys. But this is for a reason, guys. Whoa! Favorite basketball team, go.
Bulls.
Why?
Bandwagon.
Bandwagon?
No. How can a bandwagon? They've been good for like 12 years.
Yeah, but like, it's like it's called the General Pants method, which is they support 3 teams at General Pants.
Yeah, the ones that they sell, like
Lakers,
Factory and that. Yeah.
Chicago Bulls, and then it's on and off between Charlotte or Phoenix. And we're going to talk about Phoenix because
I saw that. But
we'll talk
Bulls. About it's not about the last dance. I want to make that very clear.
No, it's not. Yeah, I know.
I have liked the Bulls for like about 10. Like since I was young, it's always been, who was the greatest player of all time? And when you're young, you don't hear the LeBron because when I was younger, LeBron was only just recently in the league.
Yeah.
It's Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
They're the main, like no one talks about like Kareem and Magic and all them ones. Like even though Kareem I think is above Kobe, but anyway.
It's harsh territory, but
yeah, I know. Getting into like top 5s and stuff, we won't do it unless we are.
I might do it now because I might be funny, but yeah, keep going.
But it was just like Michael Jordan, like, he is definitive GOAT, especially at the time when I was, young.
Yep.
So it was like, what team does he play for? The Bulls. Okay.
Bulls.
I like the Bulls.
Yeah.
That's how it worked. And that was, from a young age, it just was like the Bulls. And when I pick a team, I don't change teams. Like
100%.
Even if the team is terrible, when I was young and I picked them and they were a terrible team, I'd like literally right now, like with the Bulldogs, I'd support the Bulldogs. They're terrible. I still support them, because I don't change teams. And then obviously it just helped that like I really liked some of the players that started playing for the Bulls, like, Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah, there were some really good players, Zach LaVine right now, and I'm really loving Io, the rookie that came through last season. I don't know, like I want to get a jersey with his name on it, but
because Chicago Bulls, they had a little bit of an interesting situation because they were bad, right? They were bad, but not in a way that we can blame them. They didn't have a superstar, and then was bad. Yeah. They literally had so much salary cap space, and then had no stars. They
sucked.
They had Kobe White as a rookie,
and
that was their lead player.
And then they just had a bunch of like random pieces like Wendell Carter Jr., Otto Porter, all these random players that, are great role players to have on a team, but not when your whole team is a role players. It doesn't work.
And then the 2020 free agency deal popped through. You got, because the Lakers came off their 2020. That was the Lakers.
That was when
they got the ring.
Yep.
And then I think it was mid-season they traded away. Traded or free agency. Alex Caruso, he left.
Amazing.
Lonzo, he left.
Yep. DeRozan. Vucevic. They just picked up and then they got like Derek Jones Jr. from I believe Miami Heat. Oh God, I hope that's right. I should.
He's gonna get slammed.
Yeah, I know. I'm not naming teams anymore because saying where they came from, I'll just name the player. Because if I say the teams or if I'm like, oh yeah, they traded him for this person and I'm wrong,
TikTok's gonna kill
I'm
you.
done. I'm done.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, they brought in. It was a very they had a very active free agency and they just signed so many players. They traded. They gave away a lot of picks, a lot of interesting prospects. Like your Wendell Carter Jr. He's balling out right now in Orlando Magic.
100%.
But at the time, he just didn't fit, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Vucevic will be better." Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Vucevic.
I'm not the biggest fan of Vucevic
I think
either.
he's a bit mid, but
I don't know how I think he's a 5-time All-Star.
yeah,
I don't understand that. But
I personally don't get it, but the Bulls they popped off, and then they had such a good team. Like defensively, they were really sound. Lonzo Ball and Caruso being really good at defense. Patrick Williams, their number 6 or 8 draft pick, one of the two. You
go into dangerous territory. Name specifics.
Number 6 draft pick. I'm gonna
Go
say it right there. Number
Let's
6
go.
draft pick. Good at defense. They call him the paw because it's like the claw, like Kawhi Leonard. It's like a play on that.
Yeah.
But he's very good at defense. So they were first in the conference for a long while.
Yeah.
And then Lonzo got injured.
And he's out for the rest of the season.
Caruso got injured.
Yeah.
And Patrick Williams got injured. And then all of a sudden, the whole team just kind of fell apart. They still won games, here and there, but they didn't have a lot of defensive stability. Yeah. And Zach LaVine was playing through an injury. I believe it was a knee injury. So they were trying to scrape their way into the playoffs, which they did. They managed a game against Milwaukee.
Yeah, but then they lost it.
And
that's fair.
And the Bucks won the whole thing. So, I mean,
that's
they
fair.
lost to the eventual champions. So they can't be too mad about that. I'm hoping this season gets better. The only problem is that every other team in the conference has also gotten way better.
Exactly. As you know, this is going to be funny, but as you know, I love Ben Simmons, but I also hate him with all my heart.
I love Ben Simmons. I think he's not a fantastic player. I think everyone hates on him, but I think this season he's going to pop off, man. He's going to play so well this season.
It's not about his ability to play that kills me. He is a terrific player.
Yeah.
I best describe him as an older in the NBA league point guard because
like a Magic,
because they weren't the shooters of the league. No. They were the passers and role players. He's incredible at that. One of the best.
One of the best.
He is 6'10", or he's one of the tall players.
Arguably the greatest defensive player in the league on his day. He is up there. He's up there. He's in the top 5. He's always in the deep boy conversation.
Up there. Because he's always either in the defensive first team or like anything like that. He's incredible. He can pass. He's got the IQ. He's got everything.
Yep.
Inside paint, pretty good. Past that though, can't shoot. Whatever. We won't talk about that. We won't talk about that. But the one thing that kills me is that I believe that he's using Australian pride as a way to get a fan base when he doesn't actively support it.
I completely agree. I mean, he opted out of the Olympics team.
He opted out of the Olympics team. He opted out of the FIFA World Cup for the Australian team, even though he was like saying, "I can't wait to be a boomer." He's coming in, and there were some. Of course, he has injuries. Can't blame that, but some of them weren't as much as injuries. They were more of
just didn't want to play.
Exactly,
he didn't want to play.
He didn't want to play. So there was a couple of problems, and now he's at Brooklyn.
Yep.
And guess what his first game was?
What?
Brooklyn Nets versus 76ers. His first game back because he didn't play in Brooklyn.
Oh, wow.
He was injured still. So
this
is his first game back.
Oh, yeah, and it's against his old team. That's crazy.
Against his old team. And guess who won? Philadelphia 76ers. But guess who was not playing? Joel Embiid or James Harden.
Oh, wow.
Tyrese Maxey. I think the statistics are, 22 points. Wow. I think he got a double-double, close to a triple-double. But he's the second-year rookie, and he beat Brooklyn Nets. And there's a photo of Ben Simmons going after a foul or something. Anyway, but
were they playing KD and Kyrie?
I'm pretty sure they were playing full lineup.
Damn.
I don't know.
Okay. If they did, that's big. That's big.
I'm not gonna
once again
not gonna 100% that. But it was Ben Simmons' first game. So
yeah, that's crazy.
I think they wouldn't put Ben Simmons on first game unless they had another point like a Kyrie or KD support that. But for some reason, Joel Embiid and James Harden weren't playing. But yeah, we beat them for the first game, and that makes me
That's good.
tremendously proud. You know.
Makes you very happy.
And now, but you know what's even better, even more fun? Basketball.
Are we talking
Ballers.
Oh, okay.
what were you calling?
No, I thought you were going to talk about the... No, cool.
We'll call about ballers, but here's another situation later. But we'll talk about ballers.
Yeah.
This is the best local comp team, D1 grade, D1. That's it. What are your thoughts about that?
Oh, yeah, we literally are D1.
We are D1. We're Division 1.
We're D1. How do I feel about it? Yeah, we're no. We're an interesting team. I think.
Interesting team.
I think on our day we can beat any other team in our comp.
Yep.
How often are we on our day?
Not
That often. We've got the capacities. Like we've got players that are pretty good defenders, you know, like yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stop.
Like Kai's pretty good at defense on the point guard.
Yeah.
Josh, bit of a solid.
I love Josh.
Jave gets a block here and there, you know. Jack also is a bit of a menace on defense, bit of like a Pat Beverly, and then Toby is also very solid. I don't want to talk about myself too much. I think I
Schonny,
I can hold my own.
I will brag about Schonny in a bit, but continue on and I'll brag about you for a bit.
It's just that we're so inconsistent, especially with shooting. Like we have players that one day will hit like 5 threes, and then the next day they'll airball everything, and you're like, how does that? Like I personally don't know because I don't shoot, but I don't know how that works. And then it's the thing where it's like they never all decide to be able to shoot on the same day. Yeah. So like one game you'll have just Toby who can shoot, and then the next game Jack can shoot, and
it's incredible.
If they could both shoot on the same day, we'd win so easily.
I remember I think it was a game where it was a very tough game, all right? And I think I only had a small amount of points. I think as a collective we're all right, okay? We're beating them by I want to say 7 points, okay?
You're not talking about the semi-final, are you?
No.
Okay,
this is a lot. This is actually a while ago. I think 7 to 8 points, right? And it was in the last 2 minutes, right?
Oh, no.
So, but we were actually pretty confident. Like, they were just horrible and whatever, right?
Was I on the team at this point?
Yeah, you were on a team.
Oh,
this is
God,
like recent.
I can't remember this. But
yeah,
I know.
What happened is that our shots never gone in.
Yep.
But when we got to a point where we were like pretty close to winning.
Yeah, and we're like, oh, we got this.
Toby, bank. 3-pointers. Every single shot he made. Jack, shot, bank. We got up to a 20-point lead in the last 2 minutes because of like we were already winning.
Yeah, no, I remember this game.
It was like
I remember.
But our shots are very like easy.
When it matters, we can't hit them.
That's
like, and we start like, and it's like we'll talk about the semi-final. Sorry,
I'm
the host here.
No, talk about it. Go for
the
it.
Semi-final. What a meltdown we had.
Oh, that
we
was just
started so strong. We were up like 18-6 or something like that.
That was a tough game.
And then we just fell off so hard, and it was just like we were leaking points, and we could not respond. Like they'd get 100%. Every 4 to 6 points they'd score, we'd score 2. You know, and then at that point we were behind for most of the game. And then, and we were playing catch up for a while, and I think there was a point in time where it looked like we could make this.
We needed the energy though. It was just we needed that. I think momentum is something I say to everybody is that momentum wins or loses games. Mm-hmm. So as soon as you get your first 2 points, you need to get that second. You need to get the third, 3, 4.
Do it again. You know.
Do it again. Ruin but then we couldn't get that, so then we couldn't. It just didn't work.
It was just so upsetting as well because we played with 5 players.
Oh,
we had 0. We didn't have any subs. Now it's no fault against our players. I mean, they had their reasons. Whether or not it depends whether or not you think that they were valid. It's fine.
It's fine. Hey, if we won the game, we would have to play after graduation.
Exactly.
So it is what it is. But we had 5 players,
and I think we put in a solid effort for having 5 players.
I respect
definitely.
that. 100%.
We nearly made it.
Yeah.
And as much as I was very, very disappointed and was quite upset after the game because I was like, we had it in the palm of our hands and we lost it.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like maybe a day or 2 after I kind of looked back and I went, yeah, we kind of messed up and we didn't. We could have won that. But hey, the fact that we even got in that position in the first place,
100%.
We should be happy with that.
Because what made it a little bit interesting, because I didn't think much of it. We lost a game. I think I scored a bit. I think my free throws landed.
Yeah, your free throws were hitting.
It wasn't amazing.
Which is not a usual thing.
It's not a usual thing. I'm very inconsistent with my free throws. One day, can't touch the net.
Can't even,
It's horrible. I can't get it. And then Another day, it's when Guy Shepherd cheers for me. He
Yeah.
goes, "Go Cooper," and I'm just like,
What was the thing that he yelled at? Wasn't it? If you hit both of these, I'll buy you a slab or something like that. And then
Yeah.
you hit both of them.
"Oh yeah,
But he
Jeremy Bofill owes me
Oh,
a beer
Jeremy.
for getting one of the free throws, and then a vodka Red Bull for the other one," which I'm excited for. So thank you, Jeremy. You owe me that one.
And it's on camera now. So
It's on camera. You
have
can't
to do it.
You can't leave it. All right, let's get to the basketball thing that I wanted to talk about, but you reminded
I
me.
just brought it up.
Now, I am very proud of Australian culture when it comes to basketball. I think we have a lot of talent, and it's just incredible.
I don't watch the Olympics, but I watched Australia playing the basketball.
Yeah.
Because it was just like watching Paddy Mills play, watching Joe
Yeah.
Ingles or whatever, Jock Landale. I'm watching them, like players that I'd never even heard of, like, and then afterwards I'm like, yo, that's pretty cool, like, you know, and watching them, like, they smashed Argentina by like 40 points. I love that. I was like, I felt so patriotic. I was like, go Australia, man. And then, and then this game happened.
So what happened, right, was that NBA teams have a preseason period of time. I'm going to say like 5 weeks, or actually I'm not going to give you a time, but it's a preseason time, right?
Yeah.
Where people would either verse their own teams. So like I said, Brooklyn versus Philadelphia,
Yeah, and just like a
preseason game.
exactly.
Right. But then what also happened was they have international games, and Australia usually versus some team every now and then.
Yeah.
This team, though, was the Phoenix Suns versus the Adelaide 36ers.
Yes.
And that team, Adelaide won, I think, by
12 points.
12
10,
points.
10, 12
12 points. I think it was 136 to 124.
So yeah, something like that.
The Phoenix Suns, last year's second place.
Yes.
They lost the finals, but they are one of the best. They have Chris Paul,
They're a
Devin
super
Booker. They have the super team. And the Adelaide 36ers beat them, and one of that guys had 16 assists.
Yeah.
And I think 16 assists, I think he had 3 points, and I think he had like, I don't know, 8 rebounds or whatever. And I saw the highlights. I'm like, holy shit.
Oh yeah, the one where he
Dribbled through, big guy closed out on him. He's like, no, I'm going to dribble past him. Oh, wait,
Yeah,
behind
over
the neck.
over there, like, and then dude just puts it up for a dunk. Like, it's crazy.
It's just, I'm very, like, okay, one-offs happen, but like, it kind of gives you a little bit of pain.
Yeah, no, like you got to take the wins where you get them. Like, and as a country, that's a win, man. Like,
I want to propose a bet to you, okay? And we've got video audiences, so we don't have to bet any money on it, all right?
okay,
I think that Australia has a very, very good chance at winning gold for either Olympics or the FIBA World Cup, whatever comes first.
I think that's a fair assumption.
For the males, okay, we're gonna talk about the Opals. They were very good. I actually went to a game.
Oh, yeah.
Opals got the bronze medal. Very good job, Lauren Jackson, best Australian female basketball player ever.
Good on her.
She retired, but she came back for a time, and she's 40 years old. Scored 20
beast.
points in the last game. Very good. Anyway, but our lineup for the Australian team is quite incredible. I'm gonna let you know what
You'll
we got.
lay it on me, man.
We got Dyson Daniels, Josh
Beautiful.
Giddey,
Beautiful.
Dante Exum. Dante Exum a little bit
Surely
like.
we play like Matisse Thybulle over him or something.
Oh, hold on. No, I'm not giving you the starting five. I'm giving you all the players we got.
okay,
Don't,
yeah,
don't worry.
cool.
Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Dante Exum. All right. We got Matisse Thybulle. We got Jock Landale. We got Ben Simmons if he decides to join
if he
us.
decides to play.
And we got all the people from the NBL. I think we got a lot of good talent. Why?
I think so.
Because you have to be, I think, 18 to be in the thing,
And yes.
or you have to play from a professional league. And that's what we got. The new people like Dyson Daniels. He's come from the ACT.
Yep.
He was playing for the Center of Excellence.
Yep.
And then he got recruited through the NBA Global Academy, whatever.
Plays for the Pellies.
Pellies. He's supposed to be very incredible.
He is.
He is incredible. But I think we have a good chance because America don't put their best foot forward. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. Like obviously they don't always put their best players on they don't pick their teams very well, in my opinion. I think they just put, here's like the 15 top players that play for America, like that are American, and boom, there you go, they're on your team. And then because of that, because of the way that they're used to playing in the NBA, it's very individual focused. Like obviously basketball is a team sport, but because I would say the FIBA rules, it favors a more team-oriented play. And obviously it's quite different to the NBA.
Yeah.
And due to that, the players don't adjust very quickly. So it does take them a little bit to get rolling, you know. So
because there's a bunch of rules that are completely different. For
Completely
example, the FIBA rule book is starting to, I think it's going to be changing this year. I think the rule book just came out, I can't remember. But the 0-step rule, the Gavin step.
Yep.
Now, the Gavin step is allowed in FIBA rule right now.
Yep.
But in NBA, the Gavin step it's a 0-step, and that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like really ridiculous because you see Giannis taking 4 steps.
Or like Luca or something like that. Just
The double step back.
Blatantly traveling, but
Like,
it's not.
The 0-step is for you to, okay, for example, when you do a normal travel, okay, that's when you pick up the ball. That's still recording.
Okay, cool.
When you pick up the ball and you take your 1, 2,
Yep.
no movement, right?
Yep.
But what they're saying is that one of the steps could be travel because while you're picking it up, you're already taking a step.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what the 0-step allows you to do is you're dribbling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm dribbling, I pick up the ball and I take my step while I'm dribbling, and then I go 1, 2.
Yep.
So it looks 1, 2, 3, right? But that's
Yep.
0-step. In America, it is 1, 2, 3, and then they can take the third step
Oh,
after. So it's the
wow.
1, 2. So then there's a video of Zach LaVine teaching the American team,
I've seen that.
going like, "This you can't do
Yeah,
this,"
you
and
bounce
like,
and you pick it up like
and they're
this.
like, "Why? There's no 0-step." I'm like, "You can't do this. Just not allowed."
Yeah.
Yeah, I pull up a lot of.
I've seen that. The I think it was like Furkan Korkmaz from the 76ers because
Yeah.
he's European.
Yeah.
He was like, like he was showing, like it was him and Zach LaVine and like some other people. I don't know who they were.
Yeah.
I forget. But yeah, and they were talking about like picking up the ball and like if you do this, that's a travel. But if you do this, that's fine. And they're
Yeah.
like,
What?
okay,
Because
crazy.
they have to adapt to the game. But also, okay, let's think Dream Team, right? Dream Team was in, I think, no, we're not discussing Dream. It's called the Dream Team. That was the Olympics when they were versing.
Yeah, it was like 1994 or something like that. No, oh,
There was the 90s one, and then there was the 2010 one.
oh, wasn't, yeah. Was that the Dream Team or was that the Redeem Team? I don't even know what
I think it was the Redeem Team because that would be the 2010s. That was Kobe, LeBron, KD. Like, that was everyone, right?
Yeah. What a
Pure
team.
talent.
What a team.
The Olympics held in... When was the last Olympics held at? Oh, my gosh. Oh, it was Tokyo.
Tokyo.
Last Olympics. No, I'm not thinking about the Olympics. I'm thinking about the FIBA World Cup, right?
Oh, okay.
Their starting point guard was Kemba Walker. And then it was one of the Gasol brothers. No, it wasn't Gasol. It was let me think. Come on, Cooper.
What team did he play for?
I can't remember. It was a very tall guy, very nice guy. He was a center.
Like not Boban, is it?
No, it wasn't Boban. He was. Oh my god! I can't believe I forgot it.
Richard Jefferson.
No. Richard Jefferson. Is that really your?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, whatever. But they basically bring the B team instead of the A team
Oh,
because
wow.
they thought we got this. So they sent their B team, and I think America.
Kemba on the court.
Exactly, because I know they're amazing, right? Like Donovan Mitchell was on there, Kemba Walker, Jason.
Oh.
It was Jason Tatum. Still amazing players.
Yeah.
But they have the LeBron. They have that, but they don't bring
They
it.
didn't send him. Yeah. No.
I know, but that's okay. We don't have to talk about basketball anymore. You know why?
Oh, why?
Because we're going to talk about the good old days.
The good old days.
Good old days.
What are the
I'm
good old
talking the 2Ks. I'm talking the
2K.
FIFA.
Wow, 2K and FIFA. Crazy.
Lay it on me.
Lay it on you. Man, it goes back. We used to play like FIFA 16, I think it was.
Yeah.
And we used to play FIFA 16.
Yeah.
One another back in like, it was like, year 5 or year 6 or something like that. So jokes, honestly. Like, Cooper, no offense, but
Lay them.
probably the worst FIFA player I've ever played with.
How dare you? That is completely false. I am.
It's pretty bad.
Oh, fine,
It was pretty bad, and it got to a point where it was like we'd play where you pick the team. It was like kickoff, but it was online kickoff. So you'd play the two of us on the same team.
Yeah.
We'd pick a random team, and then you verse another 2 people. And he was such a liability that we just stopped playing that, and we just started playing kickoff, like just versing each other with like, I'd pick Chelsea, you'd pick Bayern Munich, random teams.
Yeah.
And that became unfun because I'd just slap you up. Like it'd just
Shut
be like 4
up.
or 5-0.
Oh, all right. Okay.
One day, he's like, "Hey, like we should play some FIFA." I'm like, I mean, yeah, like let's do it. All right, fine. I'm like, I'm expecting I'm gonna beat this dude, right? I get on, and he's on the mic, he's talking. Like I'm versing Cooper. And he's playing good, and I'm like, what's going on? This is not normal. This is not like Cooper. He's doing like some tiki-taka stuff. He's playing 1-2s proper around me, like through balls. He's getting shots on target, and I'm going, okay. And when I'm playing, anyway, I go down. I start losing.
I was slapping them
I
up.
lose the game, and I'm thinking, the whole time he's laughing on the mic, he's having a great time, and I'm thinking, God, this guy just suddenly like started practicing and
Grinding.
Yeah, he's been grinding his gameplay. I'm like, this is crazy. How did I just lose to him like that? Anyway, I find out a bit later after a lot of embarrassment and him telling everyone that he beat me in FIFA, I found out he recruited his older brother, who plays quite a lot of FIFA. I would always see him on Xbox. He'd be playing quite a lot of FIFA.
Yeah.
And he recruited him, gave him the controller, but still wore the headset as if he was playing. And his brother slapped me up. It's the old, when you're losing, you give the controller to your brother at half time, and he plays the game for you. He just did it for the whole game, and I lost.
That's how it's supposed to be played.
It broke my confidence. I thought, man,
Cooper Moore just beat you in FIFA.
He just smashed me in FIFA. I was so I always pride myself on being pretty good at FIFA.
Yeah.
So to lose to you was like the worst thing ever. But yeah, though FIFA was a different time. That was early. We didn't play FIFA quite a lot, much after that.
But what we used to do was play 2K, and that was just be
2K.
awesome. 2K was like.
That was great. I loved.
What are your thoughts on 2K now, though?
I play it now. I've switched consoles. I play on a PlayStation now.
What?
I know. I didn't know how to tell you, man. I didn't know how to tell you.
How dare you?
Have you got the new 2K?
No.
Oh, okay. So
Is it cross? Is it cross? Like it's not even crossplay.
So if you got it, I can play with you. The new one, the current one, it's all right. It's a bit different. I quite enjoyed 2K22. I was a god. Like, no offense. Like, not even.
He was good.
I was really, really good. I didn't even play. Oh no, we didn't play
2K22.
No, we didn't play 2K20. We played 2K21 and 2K19 and 20.
Wait, did you say you were good at 22?
Yeah.
Oh, I never versed him in 22.
Yeah, no. Me and Hayden, dynamic duo. We got up to like level 36 in the season, which is like 4 off the max. We were like 99 overalls.
Wow. Okay.
There's a video of me and him playing this like random streamer, and we just dropped him off. It was hilarious. We loved it. The current 2K, I'm not great at. I fell off a bit. I'm pretty average. Yeah. But yeah, I switched on to PlayStation just because all my friends moved on to PlayStation. So I'm sorry, Cooper. You might have to join the PlayStation side.
I can't because you know how much a PlayStation. But
I got mine for free. Yeah,
wait,
Guy Shepherd just gave me a PlayStation. He's like, oh yeah. I've got one of my brothers just sitting at home. Do you want it? I went, yeah. Right.
Wait, it's like the new one, right?
No, PS4.
Okay.
I got.
I might be okay. Now that gives me a little bit more hope. Okay.
You can get I
get a PlayStation 4. I can't get a PlayStation 5. That costs ridiculous.
And not even even if you could afford it, you can't get them anywhere. I mean, I tried.
You still can't get them.
No, I've tried. I'll look on Big W, JB, EB Games. I don't know anywhere. You can't get them.
Xbox is a little bit better. You can get them at JB Hi-Fi store.
They're at Costco. I went to.
Actually, no, you're actually right.
I went to Costco and there was like 50 of them just sitting there. I'm like, the new Xbox Series X, and I'm like. So why is there like 50 of them here, but there's no PS5s?
Now, do you blame that as if PlayStation is just superior, or do you think it's because Xbox just was able to make them and PlayStation? I think
the PS5 has a bit more hype than the new Xbox.
I agree with you.
You ask like most people, would you rather get the new PlayStation or the new Xbox? They're gonna go, oh, I'd rather the PS5. But I do think it is a manufacturing thing too. I think PlayStation. I think it's like the processor or the graphics card or something. There's not enough of them, so they're struggling to pump them out. Because
there has been such a long time since the hype of I know it's still hype, but the absolute hype of getting a new Xbox, getting a new PlayStation,
and they came out like 2-3 years ago,
and yet you still can't get one. I know you could buy them on StockX for
double the price nearly. It's like who's paying over $1,000 for a PlayStation? Like you should not be doing that.
No. Well, Cooper Schonhagen.
Yes.
Thank you very much for being on.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I've really looked forward to this. I really wanted to be on here. I think it's going well. I don't think I've said anything that is going to get me roasted if you post any of these on TikTok.
I'm going to cut the clips together and then make sure that whatever your word said before, there's going to be something offensive afterwards. Oh, I forgot to say, Schonny's a great basketball player. He's grown a lot as a player. Yeah. He fights for the ball. He gets 2 points a game. I'm like,
sometimes.
No, you get 2 points a game. I'm just gonna let me give it to you. Anyway, so he's an incredible basketball player. I forgot to mention that before.
That's fine. I'll take what I can get, honestly. I just appreciate being on the team, whether I start, whether I'm on the bench, and there has been, I'll just quickly add, there has been games where we have either been losing by like a little bit or winning by a little bit. I'm sitting on the bench I've been on the bench for about
Half the season.
7 minutes of the game at this point. Like I'm like sitting there for about 6 minutes, and coach turns around and goes, "Are you cool to just like sit off the rest of the game?"
Oh my God.
And I'm like, yeah, fair enough. I was like, I don't want to be the reason we lose. I don't want to get on the like and mess something up. So I'm like,
But if Hayden joins the team, then you won't be the second.
Hayden
Is he going to join the team?
he is not joining the team.
He's not?
He wants to join the team. I had a word with Jack after because I work with one of our teammates. He works at Kmart with me. He made it very clear that he does not want Hayden on the team whatsoever.
Especially after.
Just in general, he said like he doesn't play basketball, so he doesn't want to bring another person on that doesn't play basketball.
He means him. Yeah.
Me, I didn't play. I've played for a couple seasons now, so
He's getting better.
But he said doesn't want another person that can't play basketball on the team or hasn't played basketball properly.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's worried about the behavioural issues.
Of course.
Already having a bit of a track record at Hill
Yes,
Hornets already for being.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yep. And also, he just thinks that we don't need more players because it's going to restrict game time and whatnot.
100%.
Then again, we do have a lot of instances where people just can't play. So, each to their own. He wasn't very happy about being told. I've already told him. I said, hey, he doesn't want you on the team. He's like,
ouch.
Damn, you guys are going to suck without me. And I went, I don't know about that, man. But
I think we'll decide later.
we will decide. We'll find out.
I want you to shout out your social media so we can get you some extra 2 followers or something.
I would love that because my follower count is very dire at this moment. Yeah, like Instagram, Schonny, SCHONYY.
Yep.
PlayStation, same name.
Oh my God, there's something we could talk about right now.
Nah, I know what you're gonna say.
Kozmickraze.
Oh mate, are you gonna add it in and then you could just cut it out if it's too long?
Are you cool? Let's keep going.
Yeah, I'm cool.
All
I'll
right.
talk about Cosmic.
All right. So, the YouTube boom.
Yep.
The YouTube boom where all of our friends in year 6 wanted to become supreme
Vincent,
YouTubers.
You, me, Vincent,
Sawyer.
Ethan, Sawyer, basically just Edward,
Yeah, he wanted to be big.
Aussie Darlo, Cooper Darlington.
Oh my God, I love
Bro,
that.
there was like double digits numbers of kids. Like there was only like 120 of us in the grade. 10% of us wanted to at least like we're genuinely trying to become YouTubers.
It's ridiculous.
Myself included.
Yeah.
Had a very prolific, very successful channel called Kozmickraze, named after my old Xbox name.
He said that he'll have a 100 subscriber special
And
where he wanted to do
I don't even know
the
what it was.
cinnamon.
I said I was going to do the cinnamon challenge. Yeah, I was going to do the cinnamon challenge. I hit 100 subscribers. Fake, by the way. I'm going to expose myself right here, right now. Me and Vincent just made a bunch of YouTube accounts.
I know you did. I
and
know you did.
subscribed. And then I did not do the cinnamon challenge. I deleted all my videos. I didn't private them. I should have privated because now I can't go back and look at them.
I know. That's upsetting. Yeah.
So I deleted them so I can't go back and go, man, they were some terrible, cringy videos. But yeah, no, my channel was just mainly gaming stuff. You know, I had a Counter-Strike montage on there.
Are you going to bring it back?
Am I? Oh,
You should.
I think I might. I don't know about bringing back YouTube. I might start streaming. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Why not?
I don't know if I got the personality for streaming. I don't know if I got the gameplay. I'm not exactly the best at the games. They
I get
either
that.
They watch for someone who's really good at the game, or they watch for someone that if they're
Really
not
funny.
so good, yeah, they're really funny. But maybe Jeremy likes to stream. Maybe
Yeah?
he does. Yeah. So maybe one day his streams are very offensive, very racist.
Oh, and I can imagine that.
You get the 18 plus thing when you click on it. It's
Yeah.
saying like, oh, you're 18 plus, this is a mature audience stream.
Yeah.
And then they just say whatever they want on it. But yeah, I might start streaming. I don't know. It's a lot of effort.
Why
but
wouldn't you start streaming? What are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid of anything really. It's just a lot of effort really.
I get you.
I'm pretty does a mad stutter. Wow. It's a lot of effort. I'm a big procrastinator. And,
Yeah.
But I don't know if I did start streaming, I think that'd be kind of fun. Maybe just do it like it's a side thing, nothing serious, you know, like just do it whenever I feel like it.
100%.
But maybe
Well,
one
if
day.
you do become Kozmickraze again, because I miss Kozmickraze. I also miss Aussie Darla. He doesn't post that much anymore.
Yeah, the good old days. I went back and watched some of his old videos actually,
some of the
recently.
videos.
Yeah, they were terrible. It's
Yeah,
so bad.
they were
But
horrible.
it's funny to watch.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining the podcast.
That's okay. Thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone. If you the 3 people that are watching. No, I'm joking.
We have no. Okay. Everyone listen to this on Spotify, please. We literally have
Spotify.
5 plays in total of the whole channel on Spotify.
That's okay. You'll get your big break. Someone, you got to get like Kai or someone here, man. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's...
I'm worried about those kind of people because they're going to say something really wrong and then I have to cut that.
I think if you got Hayden and Kai on here, that'd be the most entertaining podcast.
I think I'll get Jeremy and Guy as well.
Oh, that'd be
awesome.
good too. Damn. But yeah. Anyway.
Well, thank you very much for listening, everybody. Please subscribe to our YouTube. Look at our TikTok and Instagram. Check us out on Spotify. This episode is going to come out Wednesday, which is tomorrow. I have to edit it tonight because I have to keep it every Wednesday. That's how it is.
Oh, damn.
So thank you very much, everybody, and stay classy, San Diego.
All the crazy shit I did tonight, that would be the best therapy for me.